Hedgehog. Imagine giving birth to your baby, then someone disturbing you, so you eat it. That might sound absurd, and it is, but it's actually the reality if you're a hedgehog. Seeing a hedgehog give birth is an incredibly rare experience. Firstly, they mainly give birth at night, but most people also understand that disturbing a hedgehog birth can end up being fatal. If the mother is disturbed at all during her hoglet's first 5 days of life, there's a slight chance she will eat them. Fortunately, some new hedgehog mothers are more tolerant than others. If the mother is spooked once the baby's around a week old, she'll typically only move them to a new nest rather than eat them as a snack. As you can imagine, hedgehogs are awfully small as hoglets. The mother will spend a few minutes or several hours giving birth to her litter. And she will remain with them for around 24 hours before scuttling off to forage. During this time, the babies will huddle together to stay warm, and they do that for about a month until they can regulate their own body temperatures a little better. Once they start accepting solid food, the hoglets will accompany their mother on regular foraging outings. Donkey! Donkeys are the kinds of animals that, when you see them, they immediately bring a smile to your face. As it turns out, bringing donkeys into the world is quite a magical process, too. Jennies, as they're known, are pregnant for between 11 and 14.5 months. And while the labor is long, the birthing process is anything but. The mother can go into labor and produce a foal in as little as 40 minutes. Before this happens, she'll produce milk in the 3 days before birth, and will then stop eating and show signs of discomfort 1 to 2 days before. That's when the magic happens. Most jennies give birth at night, and it's normal to see them in a diving position with their heads appearing between their forelegs. Most mares will, fortunately, give birth lying down.
Alright, there you go, baby, there you go. Alright, give her a clap, give her a hand.
But those that stand up to birth may require a human to catch the baby as it comes out. The new mom will then spend the next few hours cleaning and drying her foal before it attempts to stand and suckle. Most will only give birth to a single foal, but having twins is not as rare as you might. Stingray. Stingrays have been around for about 150 million years, so they definitely know what they're doing when it comes to reproducing. They've had plenty of time to practice. How they reproduce, though, can depend on the species, and there are many. They get ready to reproduce when they're around 1 year old, and the male will pursue the female. We'll just keep this a little vague. They use the internal fertilization method, which means he will bite her disc and use his clasper with her cloaca. Then, the mother stingray will keep her eggs inside her throughout the entire development process. They will hatch inside her, and she gives birth to live young. Like some snakes, stingrays are ovoviviparous. The new mother will give birth to between 5 and 13 pups.
Oh my god!
And they look exactly like tiny versions of their parents. Right out of the womb, they can feed and look after themselves, which means they move out of home as soon as they're born. We're sure that